think there are many things that are very valuable about being the composer in residence here at the Schubert Club. One of which is the opportunity to just be a composer, which for a lot of composers is it's a rare commodity. You know, oftentimes we have to supplement our income through teaching and other activities. So it's nice to be able to have that support for just writing. I think that that's a very important part of the residency here. On top of that, there are myriad other benefits to the position, such as getting to interact with the musical community in the Twin Cities, getting to know different performers and the different artists, and to feel like you're a part of the Schubert Club family, which is such a wonderful organization that has been around for so long, supporting the art of classical music, to feel like you're a part of that. It's been an incredibly heartwarming and valuable experience for me. It varies from time to time. There will be times where in one week you have a number of events that you are at, and other weeks sometimes you don't even have anything scheduled for that week. And so there's just a lot of flexibility when it comes to how you yourself can contribute to the position. And the other nice thing about it is that every time I have an event, it's always fun. The concerts are wonderful. The opportunities to interact with the community are always great. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky sometimes to fit everything in, but it's always a rewarding experience anyway. Coming into the position, I was vaguely aware of all the offerings that the Schubert Club had, but I really got to know it from a different perspective since becoming a part of the team. I had a chance to work with the Project Cheer students over the summer, and I will probably do it again this coming summer. And that's just a wonderful experience to get to work with those young students. It really reminded me of my experience growing up in Venezuela in El Sistema, and kind of doing that kind of teaching and learning work there. And then in terms of the other wonderful concerts and offerings that the Schubert Club has, I, of course, knew about the International Artist Series, had been to several of the concerts before I started the position, and I had a kind of peripheral awareness of the mix and the music in the parks, but it's been just great to be able to see it from up close. And one of my favorite things in my residency has been to do the trivia for the mix concerts, which is just a lot of fun, and I get to kind of goof off and be a little geeky with people and come up with really goofy questions and bad jokes. So that's really fun. If I think back to the time when I was applying for the position, I was trying to figure out what to say, and in some ways you're always trying to get inside the head of what the organization is trying to ask of you. And at some point, I guess I just made the decision that I'm not a clairvoyant, and so I think it makes more sense for me to just think about what I wanted to do with the position, how I could fit within the framework and the structure of the organization, how I could maybe contribute a little bit to each component of the Schubert Club's offerings, how I could be useful and serve in that capacity. But also, and you think about these things because it is a competitive thing. You're thinking about, like, what do I bring? What could I say? What could I think of that would make this a unique application? What are the things that I would bring to this position that maybe others wouldn't be able to bring to it? And in my case, I thought I'm very interested in telling stories. I'm very interested in the immigrant experience, and to be able to put together Tienda, this opera that is coming up that we're putting together in May of 2019, to be able to tell the story of one of the first Latin American immigrants in Minnesota, for me is a very touching and heartfelt opportunity to be able to tell those stories, and then to be able to bring together the Schubert Club community and hopefully bring together a new audience of people who might not have yet come in contact with the Schubert Club, because we are trying to present this music that is about them to them as well. So for me, this was a very important and crucial aspect of what I was trying to do with the residency, and I tried to present that as clearly as I could, and to try to get the support to put that together. And it's been a wonderful experience to get to be able to do that and have the platform and the space for me to tell those stories and to tell them, not to the people I could have told them 2 years ago, but now with the full support of the Schubert Club, which has a much bigger reach and voice within this community.